Oh, forgive me for having too many tabs open, but let's dive into it. So we're going to talk about the if else statements at the moment. So the syntax is quite straightforward. You have your if statement. Notice there's no semicolon at the end of this, and actually there's no semicolon at the end of the curly brackets either. That's just part of the syntax. And so you have your literally if word, and then you have a true or false condition inside of the parentheses. So if it is true, if true, come here. And then if it's false, it's going to go to the next statement. You know, if new condition is true, come here now. And then if it's not true in here either, then it'll go to the else and go catch all. So here I have a very simple example. You'll notice that C# is a little confused about this because it already knows that 5 is not greater than 10. But let's run it nonetheless. So here, 5 being greater than 10, that is a true or false expression. So is 5 greater than 10? No. Is 5 greater than 5? No. Then we expect it to come to this line. So it's going to come here, evaluate this expression, and then it won't come in here. It'll go to the next evaluation. It's going to evaluate whether 5 is greater than 5. If it's true, it would print it here, but then if it's not true, it'll keep going downward. So it's following this logic of where to go. The code is following this logical rules. So if I run it again, the same issue comes up. 5 is not greater than 10, nor itself. Here you'll see I have some warnings, and the warnings exist because the code knows that it's not going to come in here because it's able to see that ahead of time. Now, we're talking about true or false expressions. Another way of putting that or saying that is it's a Boolean expression. So we haven't really done much with Booleans yet, but let's jump into it. So let's say bool is 5 greater, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to set this Boolean equal to my expression 5 greater than 10. Let me put a 10 here so that it's a little more straightforward. So this is a Boolean. This evaluates to either true or false, and we know 5 is not greater than 10. Therefore, it's false, but we can substitute the 5 greater than 10 in the if statement without any issues. So if I run this, it'll be able to say if false, so it's just going to be false right off the bat, and it's going to come over here. And as you can see, it's not giving me 2 warnings now, it's only giving me 1, because now it's unable to see ahead of time whether this is true or false. So let's create another Boolean. It's 5 greater 5. So we're going to do another expression that evaluates to true or false, and I'm just going to use the same expression that I have below, and I'm going to substitute this here. There it is. I'm going to run this. And now there's no warnings. Don't worry about these. I think Replit is just a little confused, but it's not an issue. Don't focus on random strange squiggly lines. If it's not giving you an error on the right side, then it's perfectly fine. So this is a very, very basic example. This is obvious what we expect to be from here. We'll be looking at more real examples in class. I just want to expose you guys to an if else statement so that you can have this and you can reference this. This is as simple as it gets.